Wanted to go over a few things with you. The government of St. Kitts, with the Citizenship Department, they have updated the properties that are approved for citizenship, and I don't even know if this one's on there or not. But they've whittled it down. They started off eliminating, well, they eliminated all of them, and then they went back and got them approved. There were just under 100 originally before they made the change and started to update the ones that were pretty much had sold out the development a long time ago. And I checked yesterday, and there were like just under 30 that were approved. It went from 9 to just under 30, so they're gradually getting more and more added back on, but there's a lot of them they're leaving off. I don't know if this one's on there or not. I mean, I have to check when I get back. But I was just walking up here. This one started back in, oh gosh, I think right when I came back from Malaysia, 2012, right in there. And so you're looking at 11 years ago. And this was the Radisson development. And anyway, it looks like it's, there's nobody up here. The roads aren't paved. I'm gonna tell you something, folks, when you get in this, I don't know the story on this at all, but it was a company, I think, out of Hong Kong that built this. And this has been a long time ago. These people who invested, you need to make sure there's a homeowners association. And that's a real important thing, because you can see right here, I'm going to just kind of walk down here. This is the whole development here. And this was the Radisson development. And just because it's Radisson doesn't mean that you know, they farm out that name to companies that come in, and then they build using, you know, Marriott's name, Radisson, Hilton, whatever. There was a Hilton development. I did a video on that one. And that one, I don't know what's happened with that. It looks like it's totally shut down unless somebody rebought the land, because they stopped developing it. But I'm going to just kind of walk down here. This is the driveway right here. And this is why it's important that you look to make sure there's a good homeowners association. The roads are put in. And I would go talk to maybe some of the people in the neighborhood. I mean, that's the key right there. That's why I tell you, unless a developer has a real good track record, I would not be buying something that's not built. I'd see stuff that he's built already. If it's in St. Kitts, if he's building a second project. This was the first one, to my knowledge. We're just going to walk down here, but this is the street going up here. There's no paved road at all. And I'm going to kind of just walk down here. There's these are some things you really have to think about when you're getting property. Their properties have done really well in St. Kitts, but you know, you got to be careful where you're buying. And I would be dealing with reputable building contractors. You can see right here, the scenery up here is really nice. I'm just wondering what happened, because there doesn't appear to be anybody in this place at all. It looks totally empty. There's no cars. The street's not paved. It's it reminds me of the Hilton that was half built, and then they stopped building it. I don't know if someone rebought that or what's going on with that. But the last time I went over there, it was totally empty, just desolate concrete. But there are developments in St. Kitts that have done extremely well. But you just have to be careful. And now the government now is trying to get around problems like this. What they're doing is they've got escrow accounts that are mandatory. They started that. It was a year ago, March, I think it was, right in there. And that you don't have monkey business with money and stuff. And they have joint accounts with the government, so you don't have situations where, you know, there's a problem with the contractor. This is a beautiful place. I mean, look at this view, man. This view up here is incredible. Of the Atlantic side, that's the Marriott right down there. Just incredible view up here. But you wonder what happened. I know they were selling units over here, but I'm wondering, these people that bought, and I've kind of kept a watch on this before I did this over the years, and I haven't seen anybody up here at all. No streets. I haven't seen, other than several years back, I saw some people you know, doing, they do have the curtains in up here, but it's just, there's nothing there. I'm gonna walk down here and just kind of see where you can kind of look. But what the government's done is they've gone through and they've streamlined these ones that have not come through, and they're leaving them off the list. So, and I have to check to see even if this one's still on the list. I don't even know. I would think it wouldn't be. But anyway, it's the view up here, like I say, is just so nice. I don't know what happened here. But there's quite a few units. I mean, this thing goes out for a long ways. But you can imagine, you know, with all this going on, what happened to the money that people paid and the rent, because this actually had a guaranteed rental income. So you know that, I wonder what happened with that. You know, the guaranteed rental, and you see it now. I'll tell you something, folks, to begin with, anybody who gives a guaranteed rental, I've seen this in Greece, some of these golden visa programs where you buy property, they guarantee these rates. Folks, don't ever jump on those. I run from those in a minute. Anybody who guarantees a guaranteed rate of return on rental property, there's no way you can guarantee it. You know, there's no way in the world. You know, we've got a developer that we deal with. He's got a real good track record. They have run up to around 90-95% occupancy rate. Of course, they've got a real thriving business, and they keep the place full. They've got really good contracts with 2 of the medical schools and 1 of the vet school here, and it's in Frigate Bay, just like here. But the problem is it's you don't have people don't spend enough time, I think, searching, and I think most of the people here bought sight unseen, and other than pictures. I know that's a fact. You know, they basically just maybe trusted the guy and didn't come down and look at it. And but you know, when something's building, it's very hard to tell what's going to happen anyway. You know, when they finish it, I mean, it looks like it's finished, but there's nobody living up here. So what in the heck happened? You would think this thing would have folded before everything was finished, but it's still hanging in there. But maybe they will get somebody in here. You would think that the renters, because St. Kitts now they've got loads of, it's almost back to where it was, or maybe even back to where it was pre-COVID. But you just going down the street here, this is the street coming up this place. It's not a street, it's a rocky road. You got to come up here with a 4-wheel drive. Otherwise, you won't get up here, I don't think. And there's no cars up here at all, so I know they're not renting out the units. So whoever put their money in this is not getting any rental income. I can tell you that, I wouldn't think. But you can see, I mean, this is after 11 years. That building is a friggin' mess. And I'm going to show you another one when I get down here that's right next to it. It was actually built 20 or 30 years ago, and I'm sure it's probably not on the list of approved developments. And it looks like it has not had, not this one, but the one next to it, hadn't had a paint job since it was built 30 years ago. That's why, folks, it's important, because I'm going to tell you something. This place is thriving, but you got to be careful where you buy and make sure that you got a good homeowners association, and the location's real good, and that people are keeping up their houses. That's the key right there. And if you got a good homeowners association, they make people paint their house. Now, some people don't like homeowners associations because, you know, we get a lot of libertarians where they don't want to be told anything. Libertarians are really bad for that. But I'll tell you something, when time comes to resell, you're going to be glad, because you want the house next to you be nice, plush, paint job, everything nice. The yards are kept up. This is what you want. I mean, right here, just walking down here is pretty difficult, rocky as hell. And so I'm just wondering what in the hell happened here. There's just nobody here at all. Also, folks, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days to 60 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen right there, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And again, our website's www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Okay, there's another one I'm going to take you to down here. There's several of these like this, okay? You know, and see, you really have to be careful. You can see right here, I mean, there are curtains up here, and they're actually, they've got things inside, I can tell, that looks like they're, you know, ornaments and stuff like that. But I can tell you, there's no cars up here. So I don't see how anybody could be living here. The other place I'm telling you about is that roof right here. Okay, that's another one there. So you want to be really careful when you're purchasing properties here. I'll tell you something. It's now the government now is trying to eliminate that problem. If they don't like this either. I mean, it's they've tried to eliminate this problem. They would rather have nice 100% plus developments that people move in where they hadn't had this, but that hasn't happened, and they're trying to change that to make sure that it does occur. You can see right here, and you see there's curtains right in there, all these right here. But just nobody's up here. I don't understand this. And it's totally finished. It looks, to me, it looks like it's totally finished. Just the streets are out, and maybe they're, but I don't see any building contractors. There's nobody up here trying to get the roads ready or nothing. So you wonder what's the story with this, you know? Now there's one down here, like I said, that's 30, it's at least 30 years old or close to it, plus or minus. But this was a citizenship development, and I saw where somebody bought a 3-bedroom in here, and I can see why, for about 100,000 US. I think it was 2012, 2013, a 3-bedroom for 100,000 US. But I'm going to show you why he bought it for that cheap. This was a citizenship development. This one was here, and this one was up here too. Okay? And you can see this one right here. I'll walk down here where you can see a little bit better. But it looks deserted, but I think there are some people renting in here. Either living, this is their place, or they're renting. Now these will not qualify for citizenship more than likely, unless they're they would have to be fixed back up like the government, the new mandatory requirements, and not only fixed up, but they would have to sell for $400,000 US. Okay, and it has to be a unit, because it will not qualify for the home program unless somebody was capable of buying that whole unit. But that would be impossible probably because of other people and separate owners. With the new home program, you have to buy, if you buy a duplex series like this, you'd have to buy the whole building. Okay, and these here, I'm sure all of these sold out for citizenship probably before. If it didn't, and there's a unit that has never been used for citizenship, and because it's not going to qualify for the home program, and they've been approved, okay, in the new list, then yeah, you could buy this and then resell it for citizenship. But I'll tell you something, I would not take a chance on it because I don't think this development is going to be approved, although it could be. I'll go back and I'll look to see when I get back. You can see right there, see the edge of that roof? It's it looks like it's about looks like there's a hole in it. You wonder if somebody's even living there. I'll walk back here where you can see a little bit better. But I'm going to tell you something, most of the developments in St. Kitts are not like this, okay? I'm just showing you so you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, I think there are people using these units. Well, I know there is, because I saw a tree outside, looks like it's being kept up. But, like I said, you want units, as I mentioned in many videos before, you want units that are going to qualify for citizenship when you resell them, okay? And there's this, you really need to know what you're doing when you do that, because of all these changes they've got that's coming about. But I'll tell you this, I would rather go with the real estate option than the donation option, like as I mentioned before, because there's a lot less fees that you're going to pay in government fees that will not come back in the real estate option versus the donation option. But I wanted to show you that so you'd get an idea of just, you know, some of the developments here. If you want to know more on this, again, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right on your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. We've got just under 900 videos now. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.